Good evening, early morning, afternoon. It just depends on where you are in the world. Hi, welcome to Roxy's Lounge. We're here to talk about something real quick. I've been seeing this earlier today, and what I'm seeing is this young man who paid his child support off for 18 years. I have a myriad of thoughts about this young man paying his child support 1 year. Hi, my sexy 65. Hi, baby. You know, this girl, this young lady, I do not know her name, the basketball player, I think his name was Edwards or something last name. He got with this chick, right? He got her pregnant. He told her he didn't want no babies, at least not by her, right? So, word is he gave the girl $100,000, I guess, to terminate the pregnancy. Oh, shit, y'all. I'm sitting here looking like the Pillsbury Doughboy. There we go. So he gave the girl like $100,000 to terminate the pregnancy. She didn't. Instead, she went on and she had the baby. Now, I guess things didn't go how she thought it was going to go. And that's when she said, I'm going to take you for child support. And she took him for child support. And I guess they told him roughly his child support payments over the next 18 years were going to be $5,000 a month. Now, upon some further investigating, I find out that the little basketball player dude, he had four four babies in 1 year. He young, he out here fucking, and he doing a lot of unprotected fucking at that. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say I ain't never did no unprotected fucking, because if I didn't, well, if I, I wouldn't have 7 children. Okay. So he goes to court. He must tell the judge, yeah, reckless as hell, 65. He tells the judge, look, I don't want to have no parental rights on this baby. I don't even want visitation. And we calculated the numbers and 18 years worth of child support for this little beautiful girl. It's like 1 million some dollars. He wrote out a check. He probably gave it to his attorney, and the attorney gave it to her attorney, and the attorney gave it to her, and it's cut and dry. He don't want to have nothing. Mm. I ate a bacon. I made a BLT. He don't want to have nothing to do with this child. See, a lot of times chicks will have babies to keep a dude. I call them keep a nigga babies. A baby ain't never kept no man around. And that's what a lot of young ladies need to know. But they also need to know when you getting pregnant by like people who are multimillionaires, they have the ability to pay everything off at one time. And I think that's probably getting ready to be the new thing with these young people, getting these ladies pregnant and they didn't want kids. Now, I feel like if he didn't want no babies in the first place, he could have put a condom on. Trying to keep him. Yeah, trying to keep him. He could have put a condom on. Okay. But he ran the risk. They did it. He got her pregnant. And I guess he just felt like, well, she'll have an abortion. I'll give her $100,000. Now, let's be honest. Most motherfuckers, motherfucker give you $100,000 check and you a month along, you might run and go have that taken care of real quick. But let's look at the grand scheme of things. 18 years, she got 1 million and something. Okay. She young. I hope she's smart. I hope she's smart. The money that he gave her for child support. You can blow $1 million in a month, 2 month time period. Trust me, I've done it. Okay. Um, but it's not just her fault. So I'm not gonna sit here and say it's just this young lady's fault. Cause it's not. And yeah, sex. It's not just this young lady's fault. When he told her, well, I don't want no baby, she should have been like, well, let me get some protection. Or here, let's put a condom on that. Now here's this beautiful little baby who won't have a father in her life. Now hopefully with age with this young man, he'll come to something in his brain where he'll be like, you know what? I need to be in my daughter's life. Because daughters need their father. Okay. Let's just pray that that happens and that he decides that he wants to be a part of his child's life. Because just because the mama made a deal with you, okay, and he has done his fiduciary obligation to provide for that child, there's other things outside of money that child will need. Okay. That child will need love. That child will need guidance. Now, if he never comes around to maturity, real live maturity, my hope for the mother is that God blesses her with a solid man who will love her and her child and be there for that little girl. Because a lot of people discount men and say, you know, a lot of women had to be a mama and a daddy to their children. But somewhere in the whole dynamics, you can't be a father to a child. A woman can't. You are a mother. Now I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, he did his big one." He did his big one because he could open up a checkbook and write $1 million check. That's not doing a big one. That is living up to your obligations financially for that child. But then there's a whole nother area that little girl gonna need her father or the presence of a strong man. Now the mama was Bodine, okay? The mama was Bodine as fuck. Because she knew that that boy didn't want no baby. And he handed her that money, and she didn't go do what she said. Yeah, it means nothing. She didn't go do what she said she was going to do, which was to terminate. I look at it like they all young. I've been young. We all been young. And guess what? We all didn't make the best decisions in our early 20s. Trust me. Oh my God, I used to be the poster girl for bad decisions in my 20s. Shit, even in my 30s, so hell, 40s, just a teeny bit in my 50s, just a pinch. So now this little beauty, and the baby's beautiful, but then I was like, damn, you got four other babies in 1 year. Now, apparently he's in these other children's life. And if he is good. But I kind of feel like, why should this new baby suffer not having the presence of her father? Because the mama and the daddy made poor decisions. That little pretty baby ain't shit but a cash cow is looking to me. Now, yeah, it's good to date a man of means, a man with some money in his pocket, some wealth jumping off, because he can afford to do shit that the average motherfucker can't do, you know? Um, but people need to tell these young ladies, these young women, if he say he don't want no babies, but you still want to lay up with him, then you need to take the necessary precautions not to get pregnant, providing you still want to do it with him. And this don't have to be a wealthy man. This could be a brother working a 9 to 5. This could be one of the little dudes who's selling some, drugs on the corner. It could be any of that. But if you still want to do it with him, and you know he don't want no baby, take the necessary precautions. That's all I'm saying. And we have to tell these young girls, a baby don't keep no man, baby. Motherfuckers, if I get pregnant, if you get pregnant, what? You gonna be raising that little motherfucker by yourself? Cause he told you he didn't want no baby. Shit. Now, I have 5 sons and I had 2 daughters. 2 of my sons had children. But these babies was planned because these is with their spouses. Hush your mouth, cat. So that's okay. It's the when you're fucking a random and you get pregnant. She's seeing all the trappings of what his money had to offer. And, you know, money should have been distributed monthly. Hopefully she can make it last. Yeah, somebody plopped that much money into your thing. She needs to go to a financial advisor. Where to put this money so this money can roll over. Because in the meantime, in between time, she still has to take care of this child. Babies cost. Babies ain't cheap. And then when you have a mama who wants to give it everything. One of those mamas who want to put the baby in Gucci and little tiny Prada shoes and shit like that. Babies grow out of that shit. Okay, I think it's a waste of money buying little bitty babies very expensive clothes. And she probably want to dress her baby in that type of stuff, and that money gonna go, 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 go. She'll look up, and in a year, that 2 years, that money would be gone if she does not invest it. Budget. Now, I don't know how she was living and making money before she had this baby, but they say that she's some guy named Little Baby's baby mama too. Yeah, somebody named Little Baby. And if I'm not mistaken, I, I think Little Baby, I think he little rapping dude. He's a little dark skinned guy. Um I don't I couldn't tell you not one name of his song. Yeah, she got a baby with him. So this baby number two for her that I know of, you know. So she might be, living okay. But the thing, seriously, it don't take if she had just did the monthly and got $5,000 a month from this for this baby, it don't take $5,000 a month for no little person. Their clothes cost less, you know, diapers cost, formula cost, but all in all, $5,000 is enough to raise a baby on a month. You just got to know how to budget that fucking money. She already got a baby with one dude with money. Now she got a baby with another dude who done paid her out the whole 18 years of child support. Now I'm sure there's stipulations within there that whole thing. Does he have to provide insurance, medical insurance for this child? Um, when the child goes to school, does he have to pay if they put the baby in a private school? Does he have to pay a certain amount? And does she have to pay a certain amount? I think everyone's kind of stuck on he gave her $1 million for the next 18 years. Somewhere along the line, I don't know, y'all. It got me thinking because I'm just like, this baby number 5. So maybe each baby mama getting $5,000 a month. 5, 10, 15, 20. That's $20,000 a month. And what's crazy is he ain't married none of them. Not a one of them. What he'll do is, he'll find that one girl, don't got no kid, ain't out and about in the clubs, she ain't taking pictures for IG with her butt tooted up, and he'll make her his wife. Yeah, he'll make her his wife. And that is where they should just be like, damn, he married her. He didn't marry me. But they looking at it like, well, I'm getting $5,000 a month for the next 18 years. You know, what if you held out? You might have got a ring. Marriage ain't, always the end all to be all. But marriage has its privileges that being a baby mama don't have. Hmm. It's true. It's true. But I am going to pray that the young man is just trapped in his youthful brain right now, and that he gets older and he wants to have a relationship with this little baby that he helped make. Yeah, that girl didn't make that baby by herself. And just throwing $1 million at the mama, it helps financially, but it's something, like I said, past financial. Little girls need their father. That little girl's gonna need love. And that little girl gonna need to have a man around her that can teach her. When a man tells you he don't want no baby, don't have no baby. Look at the women who have had, turned up pregnant, but then they've also turned up dead because these men really didn't want no babies. See, a lot of these men tell these women, I don't want no kids, but they want some coochie, you know. You don't know how a person's brain is hardwired, and you don't know what they would do. You don't know if they would snap or anything. That's why if he tells you he don't want no babies and you still want to lay up with him, take the necessary precaution. Yeah, because it's sad that people think that this is him doing his big one. I sitting here today, laying in my bed, drinking my coffee, minding my business, and I'm reading the comments. And some of them were really harsh. They were, she's stupid. And, some, no, I don't think either one of them stupid. I just think they're young. And sometimes youth is wasted on the young. Boy, if I could turn back the hands of time, knowing what I know now at 53, I would have did things completely different. Yeah, I would have. But you live and you learn. The question is, who be around these young women? Or do the other people around them think it's a big payday too? Financially, the child wins if the mother does right by with the money that she's been given. But then the baby loses because she does not have her father in her life. You know, anything. Yeah, yeah. Shit, those men be smiling and skinning and grinning like they really happy you having a baby, and you turn your back and they be done did something horrible to you. There's whole channels devoted to it. Shit like that. The ID channel, the Discovery Murder Mystery channel, um, Forensic Files. certain shows that be on Lifetime. Take heed. Money don't solve everything. You know, it be fun when you laying down and y'all hunching, but a baby could come out of it. And money don't just, for him, boo, out of sight, out of mind. I paid my dues. No, no. Cause see, they were both, mama and daddy, especially if mama don't do right with that money, will reap what you sow. If he doesn't get his mature faculties in his brain, he get older and he still ain't been in that baby's life. That baby will get older and that baby will see who her father is. And she'll see her sibling. And she'll wonder, why ain't he fucking me? And that will probably hurt her to see that. And then her mama got to deal with that emotional baggage. And then guess what? Whoever she deals with in her life might have to deal with that emotional baggage. People carry emotional baggage from relationship to relationship unless you learn how to drop that fucking baggage off. And for young people, it's very hard to do. Hell, it's hard for older motherfuckers to do. So it's probably not particularly easy for a younger person to do. It's too much going on in this world to be dealing with bullshit and playing games. He didn't want no baby. And if he gave her that $100,000 to go take care of it, if she knew she wasn't gonna go take care of it, she should have gave that boy back her money, his money, and be like, I don't want to have an abortion. She does reserve the right to say no. But know with that no, there are consequences. I you know, I could deal with younger people being a little off. It's acceptable somewhat to be a young fool. What's not acceptable is being an old fool. But we collectively, hopefully everyone will pray that this little baby, that he finds his way back into his child's life. What happened? That little baby, the boy paid all that money, paid that $1 million. Because little girls do need their father. Little boys need their father. Can't just throw money at a situation and everything make it better. Not when it comes down to a child. That's a human life. Many things have been different if she didn't take his money. See, that's the grandball ass shit. He gave her the 100,000. Probably like go have that done and you can go do some things for yourself. You got the $100,000. If she wasn't gonna have the abortion, she shouldn't have took that boy's money. You took his money, then had a baby thinking he's gonna be like, I'm here, baby. I got you. I got my baby. No, he didn't want to fuck with you. He didn't want to fuck with that baby. Don't keep a nigga babies, because babies don't keep no man. Girls think big asses keep men. Did you think pretty faces keep men? No, these are not the things that keep a man. Take it from a bitch that done kept a man for 20 some years. Having I like to call it the trappings, the cute face and all that shit. That's a good thing. But men want a woman that's smart, that has some intelligence about herself, some wit, even some mother wit. Somebody that could cook. A lot of motherfuckers sleep on that. Be like, no, nobody cook. Uh, Cook. Your grandparents stayed married forever, and so did your parents. You know why? Because your mama probably cooked and knew how to keep a good house and knew how to entertain properly. She was smart. Motherfuckers just think a big ass and a pretty face will keep a nigga. Well, a lot of these pretty faces, once you wipe off that ton of war paint, you look like any other booger bear. Okay? Got looking around this motherfucker like, damn it, I'll bite. That shit ain't real. And most of all, men, they like a little outgoing woman. But a lot of men say they just want one of the things is learn how to zip it up. You ever been in a relationship with one of your friends was in a relationship and her and her man broke up and then he got with the next chick and the next chick is the complete fucking opposite of her. And that's the one he end up wifing up. Yeah, yeah. That's the generation, y'all. I'm not gonna sit here and say this. What do they call these kids? Generation millennials, generation something. I don't even know. I'm not gonna say all these kids is lost, because they not. But damn it, you gotta think more. You know it's sexy. Education is sexy. Getting those degrees, not just trying to get pregnant by a there's women out here who really secured a bag because all their kids by different either athletes or entertainers. But I don't know, man. I just really want him. Hopefully, he'll come to an impasse and just be like, I need to be in my daughter's life. Pass the money. Cause that 1,100,000 that it's like 1,000,000 and something. A million could be blown fast, especially when you live. See, Cat, what'd you just pick up? I heard you. Was that a thumbtack? What was that? Because I don't need to be stepping on anything. I don't know what the cat was just playing with. I'll find it tomorrow, shit, when it's daylight. That's what I really want. And some men need to get a hold of them, some grown men. Be like, yeah, little bro, she was fucked up for doing that. She was wrong. But that baby shouldn't have to pay for that. She didn't create that baby by herself. But he did have an expectation that once I handed you this money, you was gonna do what you said you was gonna do. And she didn't. You ever borrow somebody some money, a family member, and they say something like, I needed to pay this bill. And you be like, oh, okay, and you give it to them. They tell you they're gonna give it back to you. But then they don't give it back. And you be like, oh, that's kind of odd. You didn't pay me back. But then you see him on a cruise sipping tropical cocktails, and you just like, motherfucker, did I give you the money to pay the bill, or did I give you the money to put a down payment on your motherfucking trip? Because that's not what I contracted to give you the money for. I gave you the money to pay the bill. Same thing with that. Same thing. That was just really odd to me. Just reading the comments. I would have told my daughter, girl, better think about that. You better think about it. Hell, it's hard raising a child by yourself. I've been there. It's easier when you have a partner to help you, an active partner. This boy young and wealthy, and apparently a little sex machine. Who win, who lose. So that's going on. Watch that. Then Val Kilmer died. God rest his soul. Because when he was in Top Gun, the first one, I was like, that's a fine ass wife. God rest his soul. He was a hands. He was fine. Iceman. Ooh. And then allegedly Donald Trump done fired. Um. Ooh, you said don't mind sharing his juice. Ooh, girl, he spread that juice out like he giving that dick out like Capri Suns, baby. I'm like, whoa, you was a little hot box, ain't you? But those girls be, it take two to fuck. And like I said, Donald Trump allegedly getting rid of what's that man's name? Elon Musk. But he already been bought and paid for. Elon probably gonna be like, you gonna have to run me back my money. Hell, I paid to be in the White House having play dates with you. But they'll figure that shit out. The tariffs start real soon. Okay. I don't know when, but if you buying anything foreign, you know, like I love hair weave, they probably gonna be putting a little tixie tax on that. It's gonna be some things that, they kick the price up. Um, it's just crazy. And then Cory Booker, Lord have mercy. That it was Cory Booker. Yeah, Cory Booker. 25 hours he spoke. And I tried to listen to a lot of it. After my live last night, I listened to some of it until I couldn't listen anymore. And I fell asleep. Yeah, he did. He's so eloquent. So eloquent. Smart. It is nothing more beautiful than a smart black man. Oh, and when he was speaking, I'm laying in bed looking at my phone, and I said, He gonna run for president. Mm, he might do it. He got a brother too. His brother named Hakeem. He fine too. I'm like, damn, y'all mama just produced greatness, didn't she? God damn. Woo. But I see a run in his future. I really do. I see. Now I done said that shit is April 3rd, 2025. You thought of Obama, me too. I was laying there like, show you right, brother. I was just like, this is just amazing. And he is scarcely articulate. Ooh, I love an articulate. Oh man. I hope he do run for president. Shit. We need a little color in the White House. But see, he knows what to expect, you know. And then I seen something today. It was talking about how Trump said he wanted to try to run or something about the third term. And I did a little investigating. The Constitution says you cannot be elected for a third. But guess what? Going through my phone and reading and listening to shit. Guess what I found out he could do after his term is over? Somebody, another Republican, can run for president and they could pick him to be their running mate for vice president. Let's just say they win. The person wins. They can win and then they can do the inauguration, which is usually January 21st, I believe. And the next day, say I want to step down as president. And the vice president automatically becomes the president of the United States after because the order of succession is vice president, no, president, vice president, speaker of the house. Okay. And that person can be like, I want to step down. And now the vice president is president all over again. But the difference is he was not elected president. It's just one of those things that people vote for president of the United States. It don't say, there's no votes for vice president. Your vice presidency is contingent on the person who is running for president to win. But the person who's winning, if someone picks him as their running mate and they just say, hey, I don't want to do it, they could step down. Now he's president for a third term. Creepy. But I thought I heard someone say that one of his sons is thinking about running for president. God, I hope not. But see, I'm gonna tell you something. He gonna fuck this economy up so bad. hmm He gonna fuck it up that the people who trusted him that he was gonna do right by them, they'll be incensed. And when they get upset, then they won't vote for him. Well, not vote for him. He just won't have that support. Well, we never recovered. You know, he has to tank it. He has to tank the economy in order for somebody to come in and bring it back up. It can be done. United States, we done went through depressions, all sorts of other shit. We still here. Only thing I don't want to do is set off no motherfucking war. I ain't got time for that shit. No, I don't. These motherfuckers can get nuclear. I don't want to see any of that. I don't want to deal with none of that. I don't want my family to deal with it. I don't want y'all to deal with it. Very scary time, you know. But, shit. This the motherfucker that motherfuckers voted for. And then there's the people who just didn't get their asses up and vote at all. And if you fall into that category, fuck you. Okay? Fuck you with a big finger. You're just a lazy bastard. Could have got your ass up and went and voted. And I don't like him and I don't like her either. You just not gonna get up and vote at all. You didn't investigate either one of their policies. People didn't vote for some really weird reasons. People didn't vote for him, but he crazy. And then people didn't vote for her because she ain't really black. Mm, that's interesting. She's mixed race, just like Barack was. But motherfuckers, like I said, motherfuckers will reap what they sow when shit that affects your life starts to get taken. Just tonight, we were watching the news. I mean, because we watch news as a family. Now Maddie go back to school tomorrow. And I gotta drop her off early at work at the train. And she'll be back. And Maddie asked her dad something, and he goes, well, he was like, him being in office is doing a number on my Roth. He's like, but it's okay. I got an appointment set up. I'm gonna go change a few things around. He said, but you we're good. I'm like, okay, because I trust my husband. Because we ain't never went without. And Trump ain't gonna let us, you ain't gonna put us in a position to be without. Cause you wanna tax China, you wanna tax Mexico, and you wanna, you know, tell Canada you wanna tax them, and the motherfucker talking about he wanna buy Greenland. I'm like, what the don't you know Greenland got people living on it? That's somebody's piece of land already. You just can't go taking shit. You want to send motherfuckers over to the Gaza Strip and build the Trump casino in Gaza. That shit ain't gonna work. Those people been at war for a long time. Don't go over there. You want to go over there and rebuild it? No, no. Fix here. Fix this motherfucker. Fix home here. Help these homeless people. Help, there's homeless women out here with children. You can't fix no place else first until you fix home. I'm always gonna take care of here first. Anything outside of this motherfucker is secondary. Okay? And that's for real. That's the problem. And I've traveled. I've been so many places in the world. And I'm not gonna sit here in front. There's very few places that I would live outside this motherfucker. When you start to travel, you be like, oh, this is cool, this is cool. But it ain't no place like home. Yeah. But the problem is we need to take care of us first and stop trying to run everybody's country and tell these motherfuckers what to do. They got their own leaders, they got their own currency. Let them figure it out. And guess what? If they never figure it out, it ain't got shit to do with us. Just saying. I know it sounds fucked up, but it's true. That's just like that one family member, that uncle who done lived with your grandmother forever, and he smoked crack, and he ain't gonna leave, and your grandmama ain't gonna put him out. Don't even tell your grandmama anymore. She ain't gonna put him out. That's some internal shit. If you hold on, y'all. I heard that. I swear it sounds like somebody. I don't know. I just know if you come up in this, like it's so crazy. This would be the worst building for you to break into. Everyone in the whole building is law enforcement. The whole building. Hold on, y'all. I'll be. Okay, I'm back. Oh, I had to go back to the kitchen and get me a refreshing Martinelli's apple juice. And it just tastes so good because it's cold too. You said Detective Roxanne. Nah, sexy. I be telling people I done caught crimes from this window. I done helped the police find guns. I stopped a carjacking and found a gun that they used during the carjacking. And pointed those motherfuckers out when they was running from the police and said, that's him right there. I sure the fuck did. Don't do shit around me. Cause I'm gonna tell on you. Okay? Bitch like me love being free. Woo. I fuck with that F word, not fuck. I fuck with freedom heavy. Don't do it around me. And I've got to live over here, you know? And I'll tell on your ass. Don't think I won't. Don't think I won't. I done call package thieves. Motherfucking got on the phone with the state's attorney like, look, this, I done called him before, but this just the only the time that y'all done called him. Cause a bitch drove down on him, chase motherfucker down. I ain't gonna lie. Anything that happened here within this block or the alley behind my house, and I see it, I'm telling. Okay, just so you know. My husband's like, damn, are you in law enforcement or am I? He's like, cause you catch more motherfuckers than me. And I'm like, I just be being vigilant. That's all. Just be paying attention. That's it. Cause one thing I hate is a fucking thief. My daddy always said, if a motherfucker steal from you, they'll kill you. That's why when I be catching these little motherfuckers out here, and it don't even be young motherfuckers that be stealing the packages over here. It be older motherfuckers with drug habits and shit. You better put my motherfucking package down before I put one in your ass. Okay? I'm a FOIA card holder and I'm a concealed carry holder. And I know what I'm doing. All right? I sent Val a beautiful picture today with one of my instruments. Okay, I'll be like, damn, why you breaking these people? I will go right outside. I'll take my son toy card. My husband's like, somebody gonna beat y'all asses one day. You gotta get to me first. But nah, what else going on? Chicago news, the teachers union, they got some shit going on right now. I don't really understand what it is because I don't have no children, elementary school, a high school age. So I don't really know what's going on with that. I gotta ask Princess about that. That's my school teaching lady. That's my sister. What else going on? It rained like a mother here in Chicago. Uh, it rained really bad. There's an area called Dalton. It's out in the south suburbs. It flooded out there. And you know, every time it rains really bad, something happened in Dalton. One year, it flooded so bad when the water started receding, there was fish. There was fish swimming around in the flood waters. I was like, well, I'll be damned. It stopped raining there yesterday. But after it stopped raining, it was nice weather. It was real nice weather. It was just dreary. It was, hopefully tomorrow, you know, it would be nice. But it ain't like I'm going anywhere. And then I talked to the lady who does my hair. She said she gonna come over on Friday and she gonna cut this hair out and she gonna lighten every track. I want it a little bit lighter than what she lightened the front. And she gonna cut it out for me on Friday. And I'm gonna wash my hair and I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna walk my ass around the corner. I might drive. Go around the corner and let her reinstall. And this time I'm gonna get wand curls because I'm going for like a bigger hair look. What else? I took my Ozempic shot tonight. And then like as soon as I took my Ozempic shot, I was like, damn, I want a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. What? We didn't even have no bread, but we had these thin bagels. So I just put it on there. And it was really good. It was really good. And I took my cholesterol medicine and I got my apple juice, set my alarm clock for 7:15. I'm gonna get up and drop my baby off and come back home, get in bed. And Maddie said she just need to get back to school. She got shit she gotta do, get back to her apartment. And she said she'll be back home by the 9th. I got a doctor's appointment on the 9th. And my doctor want to check like my A1C and talk to me about my medicine, see if she need to go up on something. But other than that, I'm okay. My neighbor looking for a house for 2 cats because her daughter allergic to cats. How the fuck you get 2 cats and then your daughter get allergic? I don't understand that. But the lady who's doing my hair, I asked her, did she want the cats? And she was like, she want them, but she said she would have to wait to the end of April. So I need to actually get in contact with my neighbors and ask them, um, will they wait to the end of April? If not, I just hope they find a good home for the cats. You know what I mean? My husband would let me. I would take the 2 cats in, but I know he like, no, I already got those 2 guinea pigs. I got those 2 chinchillas and I got 2 cats, you know? And he was like, I'm gonna need you to downsize on the pets. I'm like, yeah, okay. I see what I could do. But y'all know I like animals, that's just always been my thing. I hope this weekend the weather don't be too I want it to be nice, but last weekend, it was really nice. Like, I think it was like a Friday or Saturday night. And the kids in Chicago do this thing called a teen takeover, where they go downtown and they just wreak havoc. They be fighting each other. They fighting the police. They ripping and running through the street. All the girls is just twerking, twerking, twerking. They just walking, twerking. Everybody dressed like they stink. Um, all little boys got on skinny jeans. I'd be so happy when that phase is gonna be over. Like, I just don't think those are for men. I don't think skinny jeans are for men. And then it'd be fat motherfuckers wearing skinny jeans. I hate to see a fat motherfucker wearing skinny jeans. That shit just annoys the shit out of me. And old fat husky ass motherfucker, he wearing skinny jeans and then he looking all about 6 months pregnant, and then his drawers still showing, and then got the nerve to wear a tight t-shirt too. Don't nobody want to see your titties, bro. Ugh, Lord. When they gonna bring back men just dressing like nice slacks and shit? These young motherfuckers. I can't stand skinny jeans. Oh, yes, that driving crazy shit. And I was just talking to Val about this, about those young ladies down in Florida. 4 of them in a car, 3 of them are dead. They recording the shit with their bottle of Patron, and this girl driving 116 miles an hour, drunk, hit a tree or hit something, and everybody got ejected from the car. 2 of the young ladies who passed away had children. And one of the ladies who survived, she in critical condition. Now the question is, was she to drive? Nobody had on the seatbelt. None of that. Y'all just driving and live with your Patron and just thinking it's cute. That shit's dangerous. You know, fuck that shit. And then, it's just fucked up. And they videotaped the whole thing. Now, if the girl who survived was the driver, She can be charged with murder, driving under the influence. Cause you best believe when they got her to the hospital, they drew blood. That blood will let them know exactly what point where you was at that you was fucked up. They stopped traffic everywhere on brick. These kids will be in those damn muscle cars and shit, like those chargers and shit. And you know when they done did it, because if you driving down the street and you see just big circles of burnt out circles where they done spun their tires, they do that shit. They do it. It's just crazy. Like maybe I'm just an old fogey, but that shit just don't seem fun. We didn't do shit like that. That shit that shit just don't seem fun. Everything these young motherfuckers do now seem overly dangerous. A year ago, years ago, it was crazy. Yes, now. Yeah, now it's everywhere. But if they do a team takeover this this week, weather permitted, because they only do it when it's warm. And see, the thing about it is, where they do it, they come downtown Chicago, and those people downtown Chicago don't want that. And then they go to the parks, then they act a fool in the park, you know. But they'll they'll deploy so many damn police downtown that they try to chase them out of downtown. And they come down on the train, then they get on the trains and they be fighting each other. I'm like, what's wrong? I'm cramping. Are you serious? You have anything? No, I didn't start. Somebody just started her. Well, go lay down, sweetie. Try to get a little bit of rest. Can you walk me to the room? Yes, I'll walk you to your room. Ugh. Oh, okay. I'm back. Well, shit. I gotta get up early in the morning. But I might go live tomorrow. I don't know. But I appreciate everybody who came back. And I appreciate you people in the bushes. Sexy. Thank you just for your participation. The rest of y'all, thank you. I hope you did the right thing. And were polite and hit the like button. That's really all I ask. But I hope y'all have a restful evening. I hope you have a beautiful day later on today. Gonna get my ass in bed, play my game on my phone, drink the rest of my apple juice, and that's it. Thanks for stopping by the Lady Lounge. Oh, good night, and sleep tight. Bye.